Shiva and Sati. Daksh Prajapati was a powerful king. He had 16 daughters and his wife Prasuti was the daughter of Swayambhu Manu. One day Daksh's wife came to him with a request. "My lord, don't you think we are not paying attention to our growing daughters? They are of marriageable age and we have not found a worthy husband for even one of them," she said, being concerned. Daksh had already made up his mind. "I will give 13 of my daughters in marriage to Dharma. The 14th one will wed Agni, the god of fire, and the 15th one will wed Pitras," he announced. "Then that leaves Sati, our youngest daughter," said Prasuti. "Does Sati like anyone?" asked Daksh. "I'm not sure. She's very different in her ways. When all our other daughters are playing, she sits in front of Shiva's idol and worships him," replied Prasuti. As Daksh and Prasuti were discussing the future of their daughters, sage Narad entered. "Daksh, you need not put much thought to Sati's future. She is destined to marry Lord Shiva," he said. Daksh was not happy with Shiva as his son-in-law, as he thought that Shiva had no riches to his name like other gods. He wore only a tiger skin and smeared his entire body with ash. "There is nothing attractive about him," he thought. But Sati's devotion and sheer love for Shiva forced him to give his daughter in marriage to Shiva. Sati and Shiva were married in a grand ceremony attended by all the gods. Soon after, Marichi, a great sage, performed the famous Brahma Yagna. All the gods and kings were present at this holy event. Shiva and Brahma were seated on a throne. As the yagna was being conducted, all the eyes turned to the door. Daksh had made a grand entrance. Everyone present at the event stood up in respect to Daksh. But Shiva and Brahma remained seated. Daksh was annoyed with his son-in-law for not showing him respect. While everyone stood up, he remained seated. "He thinks he is superior to me," thought Daksh. "I will now perform a yagna even bigger than this and insult him by not inviting him," he decided. Daksh performed the yagna to which only Shiva was not invited, but Sati desired to attend it. "My lord, I would like to attend my father's yagna, and I think you should also come with me," she told Shiva. "Sati, your father thinks that I insulted him by not standing up at Marichi's yagna, so he has intentionally not invited us," replied Shiva. "Why should we be invited? We are family to him," said Sati. Shiva knew that his words were falling on deaf ears. So he asked Sati to proceed to the event without him. He sent his guns with her, but Sati was in for a surprise. Just like Shiva had said, Daksh was furious to see her. "Why have you come here without being invited?" he demanded. Sati could not bear the insult, so she stepped into the holy fire and soon turned into ashes. The news of Sati's death reached Shiva. In his anger, he tore a strand of his hair, and from it rose a powerful demon called Veerbhadra. "Veerbhadra, go and destroy Daksh and his yagna," thundered Shiva. Veerbhadra and Shiva's follower destroyed the complete yagna. Veerbhadra severed Daksh's head from his body. The ones who survived ran to Lord Vishnu and Lord Brahma. "Lord, we beg for mercy," they cried. Vishnu and Brahma in turn went to Kailash and pleaded with Lord Shiva to pardon Daksh for his mistake. The kind Shiva agreed and put a goat's head on Daksh and revived him. But his dear Sati was lost forever.